After saving this file, you will get this as Clock1 version 2. Now if you see, we have used many options over here like constraints, filleting, etc. Let's see how we can actually minimize the time in making a similar clock. For this, I'm going to move to my second window. So here, if you click, you get a new design, and I'm going to close this old one. In this, again, go to Create Sketch and select any plane. This time, instead of selecting the line tool, I'll directly go to 2-point rectangle. So this is just beneath this line tool, you have 2-point rectangle. So I'm going to click on 2-point rectangle and I'm going to draw it like this. But here also, if you see this origin, I have selected as my first point. Instead, I can select this rectangle around this origin. So for that, I'm just deleting this and I'm going to rectangle, center rectangle. So I'll just select the center point and I can draw this rectangle around this. If we consider the previous dimensions, let me give the same one over here. I'm giving 120, tab 120, then clicking enter. So now you see how much time has been saved by selecting this tool instead of the line tool. Now I'll just go and give this fillets. Now you can dimension this fillet and you can see that automatically this equality constraint has been taken. So we don't need to worry about that. Here I can just change it to 20 if we want it the same way as the other. So you can see just in a minute's time, I was able to create this instead of using the line tool. So we need to be very specific on which tools we can use so that we can reduce the time of our modeling. So this was a rectangular tool. Now let me save this as Clock2. Okay. Now let us move on to next tool. I have selected a new file. This time I'm going to create sketch and I will be selecting circle. So there are again different types of circles that are available which you can actually see from here. So I have center diameter circle. So let's say I did not click previously on this origin. So I have started creating this circle from a little bit different distance, but I want this to be here. For that, I have a constraint which is called the coincident. So I'll select coincident and I'll select these 2 points. As the origin cannot move, you can see that my center has been moved to the origin. The same dimension tool can be used for dimensioning this. So let me give it as 120. Right. So now for writing the text, I would like to create some circles around it. For that, let me select some other tool. Inside circle, we have 2-point circle. That is, we need to select 2 points. These 2 points can be vertices of lines or rectangles or any other polygons also. Or they can be even the center points of circles, etc. So here I have created the circle this way. Then I have 3-point circle. So select 1, 2 and 3 and here you have your circle. Similarly, we can go to 2 tangent circle. So for this we need 2 lines. Let's say I have 2 construction lines. I'm going to line tool and make 2 construction lines. So after I have drawn these construction lines, I can deselect this construction from the sketch palette and then go to create circle and 2 tangent circle. So here I can draw my circle. And similarly, we can draw 3 tangent circle also if we have 3 construction lines. They can also be vertices or they can be sides of a polygon also. Using those 3 lines of a polygon or adjacent lines of any figure, you can draw this circle in between. Knowing all the tools really helps in making the things simple when you get to use them. So I'm just deleting these circles. Instead, I know that these circles should be around and inside this circle, or they should be around this point. So for that, I'm going to select this circle. I'm going to first of all dimension this circle. So I'm going to give it as 15. Then after that, I'm going to align this. So I can use this vertical thing for aligning it. So you can see that they are vertically aligned. And again, horizontal distance I have to give. So for that, I can give this distance. Now this is a fully constrained sketch. So I'm going to give it, just to make it round figure, I'll give it as 50. Now what I can do is I can create a pattern. For this, I'll go to circular pattern. And the objects that I have to pattern is the circle. And this is my center point. And I need, I need 12 of them. Right? Then click OK. And then remove the show points, and here you can give your numbers. So this is kind of another kind of clock that we can make. And if I need some kind of texture inside this, I can use this spline tool. So using the spline tool, I can just go on clicking and I will be getting tangential arcs. So this is some random shape I have created. So when I click on this, I can adjust this tangency and change my shape. Also, I'm going to highlight the show points. This is very important for a spline. These points are very important. So by clicking on the spline, just right click and you can go for insert spline fit point. And I can click this point. So at this point, I can make changes to the shape. So I can drag these points, and because this spline is attached to that point, you can see how it is controlling the shape. So if you want more points, you can add them. And also you can make the changes using this handle, tangential handle. So save this file as clock 3.